Once you give your students a Google form to fill out, all of their responses are going to come to a spreadsheet that looks something like this. You are obviously going to have more students. I'm just trying to give you an example. You can see that my spreadsheet that I created had the timestamp, first name, last name, class period. A good tip for you want to make sure you split up the first name and last name. That makes a spreadsheet so much easier to sort if you don't just ask for their name altogether. You'll notice on all the Google Forms that I ask you to do, I ask specifically for first name and last name. That makes the data so much easier to sort, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Now, the first thing I want to do is sort my data. I want to get all my first period students together, second period students together, virtual students together, and make sure their names are in ABC order. Okay? Now you can sort by using just the arrows up at the top. That puts them in ABC order. If I sort by class period, that sorts my class period. There's also a way to do this at the same time, which is going to be easier if you have more students. I'm going to highlight all of my columns. I'm going to go to Data and Sort Range. Okay. First, I want to sort by class period. So that is my column D. And then I want to add column C to that, which is going to put my names by class period in alphabetical order. So when I sort, you can see that everything's in ABC order. Okay, so I could easily go through my attendance for first period, second period, virtual, and sort through those. Now I think that classes, virtual and face-to-face students are all in the same course, so you could probably leave the virtual out. Just do this in a way that's going to make it easiest for you to look at the data. Another thing that I like to do on my spreadsheets is to color code. Okay, so I may just highlight these sheets and say, okay, first period's going to be this color, second period's going to be this color, and virtual is going to be another color. This just kind of helps me keep everything separated, and I would probably do that as I go through. Okay, I've done first period attendance. Let me highlight it. I've done second period. Let me highlight that. Now, let's say it's the end of the day or the end of the week, and you're done with this data, but you don't want to delete it. Okay, so you're done looking at it for the week or for the day. You want to save it, not completely delete it. That way you still have access to it in case a question about attendance comes up later. If you click this arrow beside Form Responses 1 and duplicate, it will make an exact copy of that spreadsheet. You could name this with the date, 1-6. That was the date that I did this. You could name it week of 1-6 through 1-10. However you want to do it. But that allows you to keep this information, and then you can go back to your original sheet, delete everything, and reset your form. That way your form's ready for new responses.